Right. So we got some armor mod kit, whatnot. Where are we right now? That is some comm room. But there is nothing around here that you can actually do. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Definitely looks an awful different. The ceiling is a bit too close to the head. I don't quite like that. The Mass Effect 2 Normandy was a bit spacier, roomier, whatever you would call it. And the people were actually sitting and not standing, are they? The seats aren't stuffed. Everybody's just standing around. Great. Ah, down there. Okay. So there are people. So what's this one? The war terminal? What do we got here? War assets. The people, weapons, armies, and fleets that you've accumulated are your war assets. The overall readiness of the galaxy determines how effectively these assets will perform in the final battle. Total military strength 655. Not enough. Okay. The idea is to maximize it completely. And we got Alliance. Engineering Corps already. That's nice. The Alliance Engineering Corps cuts roads through mountains and builds bases on asteroids, while the bulk of the AEC has active wartime duties. Their brightest are helping build a device of Prothean origin recovered on Mars. Due to the staggering amount of raw material required, the AEC has been given unprecedented emergency funding for any Alliance resources that will not interfere with the deployment of troops. And the 103rd Marine Division. The old saying, every Marine is a rifleman, still holds true in the Alliance. Every Marine enlistee, from clerk to sniper, goes through a period of infantry training. As a result, the 103rd Marine Division is Earth's largest collection of Special Forces soldiers. Officers from notable battles such as the Scullion Blitz and the First Contact War run harsh training exercises in a variety of environments, insisting the Marines be prepared to storm any beach, any planet. This training has been useful in the Reaper War, as the 103rd can be fighting in an Arctic desert 1 week, crawling through jungles the next. They're not supposed to crawl through jungles. They're not supposed to go in ice-cold waters in the snow. They're supposed to hit enemies. The best thing you can do is to be on a ship and have a big gun. That's the best thing you could do. Alright, Alliance First Fleet. The First Fleet was stationed near the Charon Relay when the Reapers invaded the Sol system. By the time Admiral Hackett issued the order to retreat, its size, once the largest in the Alliance Navy, had been cut by half. Commanding Admiral Ines Lindholm made the painful decision to use a tenth of the fleet's remaining vessels as cover so the remainder could escape. Her gamble paid off as the First Fleet limped out of the relay to rally with the rest of the Alliance forces on the run. Update. This fleet lost a third of its vessels protecting the Council during the Battle of the Citadel 2 years ago. Unfortunately, the Alliance did not have time to rebuild the fleet to its previous strength before the Reapers invaded. Oh, that's not good. And Third Fleet. Stationed at Arcturus, the Third Fleet is headed by Admiral Nitesh Singh. When the Reapers came for the station, Singh had already pulled his command ship, the SSV Logan, back to an ideal firing position for its mass accelerator cannons. The Dreadnought's guns managed to slow down a destroyer before it could demolish the Third Fleet, but Singh was forced to retreat in the face of overwhelming opposition from the Reapers. Update. This fleet lost a third of its vessels protecting the Council during the Battle of the Citadel 2 years ago. Unfortunately, the Alliance did not have time to rebuild the fleet to its previous strength before the Reaper invaded. All of the Alliance fleets lost a third, it seems. Interesting. The Fifth Fleet became famous across the galaxy after spearheading Alliance forces at the Battle of the Citadel. It was guarding Arcturus Station when the Reaper attacked. After a bloody and desperate battle, Admiral Hackett gave the order to retreat, sacrificing the entirety of the Alliance Second Fleet to give the Third and Fifth chance to escape. The Fifth Fleet's engineers are busy repairing its damaged vessels, grimly anticipating a return to Earth and revenge against the Reapers. And the same thing. Again, the fleet lost a third of its vessels, yada yada yada, and they couldn't rebuild it in time. So, Diana Alice, 5 points. Very important that we get those 5 points. Alliance News Network reported Diana Alice has been broadcasting from the Normandy, interviewing crew members and high-ranking Alliance officers to give the galaxy an insider's view of the war. Like TikToks and whatnot. Alliance frigate Normandy SR2, previously Cerberus. I don't really like the bluish colors. Yeah, orange and green is nice, actually. But red and blue? Not quite my taste. When the original SSV Normandy was destroyed, Cerberus rebuilt the ship from stolen Alliance plans. Dubbed the SR2, the Alliance took the new Normandy apart and refitted some of its systems with new technology of its own. As a result, the SR2 Normandy is the highest performing frigate in the entire Alliance Navy, and possibly the fastest ship in its class. The Normandy is commanded by Shepard, an Alliance officer and humanity's first Spectre. An update. To bolster the Normandy's firepower, Commander Shepard installed a Thanix magnetic hydrodynamic cannon on the ship's undercarriage. Based on Reaper technology, the powerful weapon fires molten metal accelerated to a fraction of the speed of light. Another update. Before taking on the Collectors, Commander Shepard reinforced the Normandy's superstructure with Silaris armor. This protective layer of carbon nanotubes sheathing can withstand temperatures that would instantly vaporize more conventional armor. And another update. The Normandy has been upgraded with cyclonic barrier technology, allowing the ship's Mass Effect field projectors to fire rapidly accelerating barriers that deflect rather than directly absorb kinetic shocks. So that's a good one. What about this one? Mineral resources. Commander Shepard uncovered significant elemental deposits while scanning planets with the Normandy SR2. When the Alliance dry docked the Normandy, they seized all recovered elements. This material surplus has gone towards building the Prothean device discovered on Mars. And Khalisah Bint Sinan al-Jilani. Westerland News reporter Khalisah Bint Sinan al-Jilani reached out recently to her viewers with a wartime plea for unity and cooperation among all galactic species. Update. Her sincerity touched extranet viewers, and donations for war relief efforts are pouring in, both to the Alliance and its alien allies. That's nice. Okay, so now we know at least what we got now, and later we probably get a bit more updates. So wait a minute. This one was the comm room. This is the exit. Goes directly to the tech lab. Wait. Oh, okay. Like, look, they really took apart the ship and they put in so much more stuff. So what we got here? Model Alliance Shuttle. Ooh. Did I? Nah, we got it. Okay. Our little ship collection. It's so weird. Like, you have such a big space, and then you have this little, like, cubicle almost, an office without anything in it.
I can't believe the council won't help. Come on, Sarah. If Thessia was lost and Earth hadn't been touched yet, we could be damn sure we'd be guarding our own borders.
Okay, this is like our safety room or whatever. Nice. So we always have to get through a checkup in order to get. Yeah, interesting.
Commander, the Alliance has found a new Cerberus lab on Sanctum. Admiral Hackett would like you to investigate.
Yeah. We're gonna do that later. So at least the... Is it smaller than before? Yeah, slightly different. Okay. Let's just say... Really now? Okay, wait a minute. I have to...
Commander Shepard.
Get back through here. So we oh. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. It kind of looks weird. Like, why can't you just go directly to this like circular room through a passage over there? There should be a corridor at least.
Commander.
So weird. I just hope I don't have to get through here all the time. I don't like waiting for the scan.
You've got a new message at your private terminal.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's just read that. The stuff review messages sent to you. Oh yeah, that's a lot of messages. Special Ops from Stephen Hackett. Shepard. Alliance forces are stretched thin across the galaxy. We need your specific talents for a series of ops. These missions will open doors for the Alliance in places we can't touch through conventional means. We'll deploy operatives to hold point after you've completed your objectives. I need you to head to a Cerberus lab on the planet Sanctum. I'll brief you when you're in bond. Hackett. Reinstatement. Commander Shepard, this letter formally acknowledges your reinstatement into the Alliance Navy per Admiral David Anderson's recent verbal communication. Under emergency war powers, Reg 930.5, you are hereby authorized to assume command of the Normandy SR2 again. You are directed to begin interdiction operations against any and all enemies posing a threat to Earth, its colonies, and its allies. And I'm also a Spectre. Emergency flash traffic urgent from Alliance fleet operations. Flash, whatever. All Alliance military personnel. This is a galaxy-wide alert for all. Human territories. Fleet Admiral Hackett has declared threat condition Saber 1. Enemy presence confirmed in Sol system. Earth under Reaper attack. All Alliance military personnel are directed to evacuate Sol system at first available opportunity. Do not attempt Earth approach. Heavy enemy resistance reported. Repeat, do not attempt Earth approach. Further instructions to follow on coded channel Crimson Tacit. Earth-based Alliance personnel unable to evacuate are directed to commence any and all necessary countermeasures. All remaining Alliance personnel outside Sol Theater are directed to muster at pre-point staging areas and commence offensive combat operations at first available opportunity. In absence of further instructions, independent action is authorized. It's really difficult to read caps lock. It's weird. K9. My dog. Dear Commander Shepard, I was contractor working on the Normandy's haptic interface when it was in dry dock. Your VI ED emailed me to let me know I left my dog Mac on board. I'm all the way out in Terra Nova now and would hate for you to go a million clicks out of your way to drop off my dog. Please, just take care of her. She likes exploring, sniffing chemical trails and 750-volt outlets. Thank you and sorry for the trouble. I promise she won't be too much of a headache. Andrea Brown. We got a K9. That's sweet. ANN alert. New article Quarian fleet. From Alliance News Network information. By Ruxius Aurelius and Contributor. Alliance News Network. Abbreviation. Citadel. Where's the Quarian fleet? The latest intelligence shows that the Reapers are taking system after system at a feverish pace. Members of all races are fleeing their stations, colonies, and in some cases their homeworlds. The kind of forced exodus might seem especially familiar to the nomadic Quarians, who were pushed off their homeworld by the synthetic Geth centuries ago. But as the galaxy pushes back against the Reapers, the Quarians are conspicuously absent. Turian and Alliance spokespersons cannot confide the fleet's current location. They say they have other concerns at the moment. Whatever the Quarians are up to, they want it kept secret from the Council. After a refueling stop at Ilium, the fleet left no stated destination. There are also reports of a galaxy-wide call for all young adult Quarians to abandon their pilgrimage to rejoin the fleet. Greedy and short-sighted powers will always try to gain the upper hand in times of galactic crises. We can only hope that whatever the Quarians are planning does not interfere with only thing that should matter, stopping the Reapers. read Rux's regular column view of the Empire, exclusive on Alliance News Network. Welcome back, gift. Oh, while we were in dry dock, Joker suggested that a small welcoming gift would be appropriate to have on hand should you be reinstated as commanding officer. As the ship does not have the capacity to accommodate the dancers he suggested, I chose something from the official Systems Alliance catalog. Soldiers who have held an N7 designation for 5 years or more are entitled to a commemorative hooded jacket for wear on off-duty hours. You will find it among the selection of casual clothing in your cabin. Oh, nice. This is something that I wanted to change because I don't like the casual outfit that we have right now. So, you have an upgrade waiting. Oh, that's good. Some of the data you found allowed me to research an upgrade for you. Simply access the terminal in Dr. Tassoni's office at your convenience, and you may choose how and when to implement it. Have a pleasant day, Glyph. Whoever Glyph is. Priority mission, Eden Prime. From Alliance Command, Commander. Cerberus has attacked Eden Prime again. No, wait a minute. Before it was the Reapers, but anyway. Cerberus has attacked Eden Prime and is now occupying the colony. Alliance forces are stretched too thin right now to attempt to liberate the colony, but we've been doing what we can to cowardly aid the local residents. Residents and resistance. In the process, we've learned that Cerberus has uncovered a major Prothean artifact. We don't know what it is, but it appears to be the reason for the attack on the colony. We need you to infiltrate the colony and recover the artifact. So, and now we got ourselves even more side missions. But, yeah, the thing is, I want to finish with Joker last, but while we're at it, I'll just talk with Joker right now. Do we have anything else that we can interact with down here? Sometimes you can look at, what the people are doing. And you get yourself an additional codex entry. Like something cooling or whatever. Now, this looks upgraded. What do we have here? More people that could sit here? Where's Edie?
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
Yeah. You're surprised. It's not their fault. Is it?
They've spent years denying the threat. You think they'd be prepared now?
I was kind of hoping that maybe they were planning in secret and just not telling you about it because, you know, Cerberus. Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them, you know, for old time's sake. Commander? Commander?
Huh. That option didn't really feel right. The thing is, if you take one of the lower options, like Renegade E, offensive-ish options, they do sound good on paper, but they do definitely not sound good on, once selected. So, what happened to Kelly, by the way?
Commander, come to check on your new recruit.
Just wanted to see how you were doing.
Still trying to get my bearings. When I was working on the Normandy's upgrades, I left at the end of the day. I didn't even have a toothbrush or a change of clothing until I made some emergency purchases on the Citadel.
I could have helped. Could I?
Next time you need something, just ask. We're all in this together.
Oh, it's no trouble, Commander. I'm sure you have larger concerns.
We can put in a requisition order.
My toothbrush is a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses tiny Mass Effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums. It costs 6,000 credits.
Okay, yeah. You're on your own with that.
In any event, I appreciate you giving me the chance to stay. Was there anything else?
You sure that it's just used to clean up some plaque? Right, anyway.
How'd you end up in the military anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance saw my aptitude scores, they offered me a full scholarship. I served my required years after graduation and decided to stay. I really like the challenges of the lab. Although, I'm sure I'll grow to love frontline service as well.
Well, we are on the front line, but I wouldn't really consider this frontline service.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We've got bigger problems right now.
Oh, believe me, seeing the Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't help anybody by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you. And if flagging your messages and managing strategic intel helps you in any way, then it's worth it.
Uh-huh.
You worked in Alliance R&D?
Yes. You'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time-lag data to construct a coherent situation GUI. It's an exciting challenge. For me, anyway.
So, you make message happen. Perfect.
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth, at Oxford. My parents were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted the freedom a colony life could offer. If they stayed in London, I imagine they'd be dead right now.
A lot of people back on Earth are still alive, and counting on us.
Quite true, Commander.
Carry on, Specialist.
No, she's specialist. Not trainer, no. Okay, so what do we got? Let's just start with the captain's cabin. Captain's cabin. Say this 3 times in a row. Capita. What happened to all of my ship collection? What do we have here? Squad selection? No new emails? Alright. Let's see. We got those 2. Perfect. Oh, look at that. Oh, we have multiple different ones. Okay, so the white one is the standard one. Also fits her pretty decently. The dark one is a more combat-oriented one. Also her face looks different there too. This is actually quite nice. Looks more athletic, more biotic-y, whatever. That's also kind of interesting. Just don't quite like the headgear there. But other than that... But the dark one, dude. Kind of looks like modern. Let's see. Her eyes changed there too. Look at that. Okay, which one do we go for? I think it's the white. For some reason, the white one looks pretty good. I don't know. That one just looks like a standard soldier. That one is a bit nicer. But this one has style. And that one... That's fairly thin, actually. Yeah. That one just looks the best. I don't know why. So either we go for that one. And she got a little crown over there. But I don't like the red. That's too dark. And it makes her look like very thin. But this... let's go for standard. Okay, what about his stuff? How many different ones do we got? Okay. So we got our standard soldier, blackish, whatever. Then we got a more mercenary kind of thing. Then we got like cyber soldier, a lot of defense. And then we got the camouflage kind of thing. And then back to normal again. That's a bit over the top. Same with this one. Anything around here? Oh, armor bonus plus 25. Power damage bonus plus 25. This is actually quite nice. Pure biotics. This also tells you all about that stuff. But you cannot confirm squad selection except... What do you mean confirm squad selection? We haven't selected any squad. You just looked at the squad. So, now, what do we got? Let's go for the casual wear thing. Yeah, no. No. Yeah, wait a minute. This one looks better than that. Definitely. That's a bit too casual. Also too casual. I want my... Oh, I don't like the blue. Gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna check that one. Alright. So, what about the armor set? We got set number 1. The Cerberus Ajax armor. Any info? Among Cerberus soldiers, Ajax armor is favored by those brave or unlucky enough to lead charges to break enemy formations. Its role is to keep the wearer standing and shooting as long as possible. It offers some benefit to Omni-Tool and Biotic Amp systems, but its main emphasis is boosting and recharging its kinetic barrier and bleeding off weapon heat through coolant circulation in its gloves. Due to the high-risk tactics associated with the armor, the Alliance has captured very few suits in perfect condition. Okay, so the Alliance doesn't have technology like that. That's actually quite interesting. And... Okay. So, what do we got? Weapon damage, armor... ammo capacity, power damage a little bit, shield regeneration. No bonuses here, only health boost. Okay, and this one has no health boost. What do we have? This one doesn't tell me any numbers though. That's not nice. It tells you the bar, but it doesn't tell you the numbers here. So you can't really compare it. Not like that at least. Shield regen speed. Yeah, shield regeneration, shield boost. Okay, now we understand. So that was the Cerberus thing. Oh! That was it. Uh-huh. So we only got 2 of those. Interesting. I do need different colors though. Definitely need to change that. What about the lights? Oh, these little ones. Okay, wait. I'm gonna go for green, of course. Or maybe some... Can you get like black lights? No. The thing is, pink looks works fairly well together with green. So what about this one? This is like the main-ish kind of color, so it either goes completely black, or it has to go has to be white-ish. This is like a different kind of blacks around here. That's a bit blue almost. Do we have like a light green kind of thing? Actually, I want to go for something more. Don't know about this one though. Let's just get that. Tint number 2 is auxiliary colors. Okay. And that could be green, but I need like highly saturated green. Okay, it's not this one. This is too bluish. That's too yellowy. Too blue. Too grey. It's the same thing but darker, but it goes in the right direction. Looks like there's not the right kind of green for me. This one could be a good green. The other colors don't quite work. Do we have any more greens? That's the only other one, but this is too yellowy. Okay, so we have to go with that one. And it still doesn't change anything of this red outfits there. So what about this one? Pattern color. Oh, okay. I have to take like the same kind of green there. Or we are going for black. Or white maybe. Okay. That actually looks kind of interesting. White doesn't really work there. Ooh, the green light on the back is actually quite nice. That was a really good idea. But could we maybe get a... Kind of looks like my mouse right now. Oh, sweet. Red and green is a bit much. Orange and green also works fairly well. White is a bit too meh. But even teal or bluish colors look pretty good. So either we go for green or we go for pink. But the problem is this kind of green color is not the right one. Which is a bit iffy. This is not the right green. I need the right kind of green. This is not it. But it's the closest I could get. Okay. Let's see. What's this one? No, wait a minute. What was the white when you need it? So either we go for black, which is very good. Ooh, ah. Do we have like a black for green? Look at that. I mean, this could be it, I think. Yeah. Either this is like normal kind of black. What about that one? It's even darker though. Yeah, that one is a little better. It's not as dark. Nicer, a bit better on the eyes. So, now, what about these other colors here? Yeah, either this or we go for some kind of whitish kind of shit, but no. Yeah, also could go with like this greenish color thingy, but it's not the right one. That's the at least the color that you can see. Okay. Is this the same? No. This is not the same green. Wait a minute. Yeah, now it's the same green. Alright, so what do we got here? A pattern. Pattern. So the normal one, not as good. That's a bit too green. And this one gives you at least more accents. Like the one that I used. Mass Effect 2. Yep. I'm gonna go for that one. And what about this thing? So this is normal. This one glows a bit too much, too metally, too reflective. And the further you go to the right, the less shiny it becomes. A little bit of shine would be nice, but no shine is a bit less. So we go for that one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for number 3. 3 is okay. So what about the legs? We only have one. Show info. Dual layer of fabric armor and kinetic padding beneath thick plates of ablative ceramic and lined with additional kinetic barrier elements. And the armor. Health, melee damage. Doesn't really look that nice. Shoulder plating with microservice that coordinate melee strikes. Nah, let's go for more health. Curved shell. And a different chest with shield regeneration. Yeah, what's better? Shield regeneration speed? Or this one? What is this one say? Shield regeneration. I mean, the shield regenerates already, so there's no problem there. What about the helmet? The helmet could give you a little bit of an edge. But it's always the same one. Comes standard with the suit. Yeah, if you don't get it, you don't get the bonus, but right now this is the best. Okay, the color and everything will be saved. Let's just keep it like that. We should be good now. I'm not going to do the sound system again, because otherwise... where's that artifact? I had a sphere lying around here. Anyway. Okay, so you only have like one song that can play, or not. That's very simple. Very straightforward. Combat information center, we got this one. Crew deck, engineering, and shuttle bay. Alright. Looks like we go into the crew deck now. Oh. Is this all the people on board or the ones that died? That's not nice. Oh, that's definitely not good. Okay, let's just have a look around here. The men's room again. Same design as before. Can you interact with anything around here? No, of course not. So, port observation deck. Hey, of course. Of course. That's for the gambling. And... really? Can't interact with it. Oh, come on, you can't even mix a drink. What kind of downgrade is that? That's not nice. So the life support, everything else is pretty much the same. Oh, Model Destiny Ascension. So all of your ships have been hidden around. Wait a minute. Can it be that everywhere are... no. Ships aren't spread around here. Would have been very interesting if like in one... yeah. If each room has its own little hidden ship somewhere, but no. So crew quarters. Last time there were some people actually talking with each other. It was a nice side mission. Like side story stuff. And the... really? Come on, no joke about not being able to get the... what kind of downgrade is this? You can't just do that. You can do this on Cerberus because they don't really care. Cerberus was more open-minded than the Alliances, it seems. So this is where all of the books are supposed to go now. But come on. Like if the Normandy... for Cerberus actually got all of those features. I'm kind of missing them. Can't just take features away like that. Makes no sense. Okay, so who's in here? Normandy, yada yada yada. Oh, Liara's run. Okay.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadowbroker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone, 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
Meeting with the council didn't go too well, huh?
It was less than ideal.
I'm shocked.
At least the council can't deny the Reapers exist. But I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Wow. Becoming the big info brokers turned you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered. I think.
Okay, let's see. We have armor mod kits and upgrades. None. Alright. What about this one? Feron has persuaded his contacts to ship an armor mod kit to the Normandy. Technically illegal in Citadel space, the kit's Omni-Gel converter and a mini factoring fabricator can make a one-time modification to Shepard's armor, improving shield strength or adding thermal clip compartments. Interesting. How does that work? Ammo capacity bonus. Use mod kit to upgrade your thermal clip capacity. Use mod kit to upgrade your shields. Is this a selection that you have to, choose? Moving ore adding, yeah. Okay, so it's an ore kind of thing.
This terminal contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. Tassoni has granted you access.
Wonderful. Prothean nodes 2171 and 2185. Glyph, remind me to clean up those old nodes. Perhaps reviewing them will lead to something useful for the Prothean device, Liara. 2171. The University of Ceres agreed to sponsor me at the Prothean dig on Tirop. Very exciting. Professor Hannell is heading the expedition herself. Maybe I can even ask her for her opinion on my thesis outline. Attachment, thesis on Prothean First Contact Protocols. 2174. I believe Dr. Joshan was right to suggest the Prothean artifacts we unearthed are from the Third Age, not the Fourth. What an embarrassing mistake. At least he seemed to approve of the rest of the paper. Attachment, paper on the comparison of Prothean technology to modern Asari circuit logic. 2183, Part 1. I'm going to the Therum expedition. I never thought I'd gain permission to visit the Prothean ruins there, but the University of Ceres must have secured the funding after all. Now, to pack. Paper on the end of the Prothean Empire attached. 2183, Part 2. Goddess, the human, Shepard, has the key to comprehending the Protheans on an instinctual, subconscious level. If only I could have been there when the commander touched the beacon on Eden Prime. I'll try to learn more about this cipher on board the Normandy. The involvement of the Reapers is troubling, to say the least. Attachment, paper on the end of the Prothean Empire with correction notes. Oh, that might be because of the catalyst kind of thing. That would make an awful lot of sense now. Alright, 2185. I reviewed the old Shadowbroker's footage of the collectors. It's chilling to know that they are the Prothean's husks. At least, nothing sentient could possibly remain after what the Reapers did to them. Paper on Prothean biology. And then a message from Operative Feron on the broker. I made contact with Tazik yesterday. The look on his face was priceless. He's not happy you put me in charge of scouting the terminal systems, but he's doing a good job of keeping us alive. I've never seen so many pirates and mercs on edge. The black market's unreliable and it's getting harder to make contact with suppliers. The Alliance won't be able to rely on it as source of crucible materials for long if things get worse. Some of the other operatives think we should cut our losses now, but I just keep asking them, when did the odds ever stop the broker? Feron. P.S. I hope you finally got your little friend Droney to stop saying shadow and broker out loud in the same sentence to anyone in sight. Oh, yeah. Why is it so difficult to make a drone not say something that would increment you? Is the... Yep, they're all pointed towards the entrance. Very cool. Incriminate you, yeah. So, now, Liara, let's just talk to her.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent Shadowbroker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
Did the Protheans actually complete this weapon?
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. This will be difficult even for us. If something happens on a mission, if either one of us are hurt, I'll always remember that tour of the Normandy. But let's be honest, Shepard. It's been more than a half a year. Should we continue where we left off?
Ooh, that will be interesting. Because, yeah, we have two love interests right now. So let's just be friends. No. The thing is, you didn't really have that much of a choice with Liara in the second installment, so let's just continue from here on out. See what happens next.
I'd like that more than anything, Liara.
Good. I was getting worried.
There were a lot of reasons I was happy to see you on Mars.
I'd like that list, but later. There's so much left to do. I'm working with Edie. Hopefully we can discover what the Protheans left for us. But I'm looking forward to talking about something other than business. Maybe later?
Interesting. So let's talk about business. Sweet.
Hello again, Shepard.
So let's just get more answers.
How much do you know about this Prothean artifact?
Very little. We're fortunate enough Data survived to piece together the blueprints. Decoding them will require as many specialists as we can find.
It's that high-tech?
I'd have killed for a glimpse of it during graduate school.
You brought your little helper with you?
Its name is Glyph. It helped sort through all the data that led me to the archive on Mars.
It was a pleasure to be of assistance, Doctor.
Glyph's interfaced with the data feeds. Its analytical software should come in handy.
What's been happening with you as the broker, Liara?
It's been exciting. The old broker's ship? Impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
What happened?
I knew he was coming. Feron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus's ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
And how so?
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I don't think the elusive man expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Wow. A bit much, isn't it?
Can you still operate as the broker without the ship?
Well, I couldn't let the elusive man have it. I saved what was crucial. My network of agents is intact, although the Reapers have taken a toll on their numbers. It's taking a while to re-establish contact.
And Feron?
So where is Feron if you two escaped?
He convinced me he was recovered enough to work, and I do need more agents.
Agent Feron didn't report any injuries during his last call to you, Doctor.
True. Given what he survived, I should probably worry less.
Uh-huh.
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadowbroker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers. The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars?
I thought I'd covered my tracks, but he had surveillance there all along.
We'll talk later, Liara.
Of course.
Oh, now I get it. The screens follow her.
Thank you for the data packet. The results are available on the Information Network terminal.
How are we supposed to give them data packs? Oh, where's our space plumber? Space plumber / 5-star cook. And someone needs to calibrate that gun. And that gun. And maybe we can find ourselves a ship hidden around. Or maybe not. Some of these things do definitely look like ships. Nah, that's nothing. Ah, Dr. Chakwas. So, before we talk to her, let's just get into this other room. Reassign power bonuses. Ooh. Okay. Conversations with your companions unlock bonus powers. Yeah, that's that. What about this one? Reassign powers generally. Okay, reset Shepard's powers. Nothing. I don't know how often you can do this though. But that's good. Because some of my abilities I actually want to change. Maybe into something more potent, at least at the beginning. Hoi. Okay.
Commander?
Everything okay down here, Doctor?
The Alliance team cleaned up and restocked, but it's still my old med bay. Feels like home.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Let's waste no time. If I may, I'd like to examine you.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with me, is there?
No, but we should keep an eye on all those cybernetic implants Cerberus grafted into you.
Expensive stuff bringing me back.
And worth every penny. Let's just make sure everything is okay.
Guess a checkup never hurts. Just no scalpel this time, Doc.
Alas, to my great disappointment, it is nothing invasive. I'm just going to run some diagnostics on your implants, and it'll take a few readings. Good. Your implants are showing little sign of rejection. Just keep up that positive outlook of yours, Commander, and your scars shouldn't return. That's it. You're the picture of health.
Interesting. So, this is a nice hint that tells you once you do evil things, you look evil too. Anyway, any supplies you need?
How's our inventory of meds?
The medbay was fully stocked before you left Earth. We should be good for a long time, even given the amount of fire you take each day.
Do you ever regret working for Cerberus?
We didn't work for them. We used them. If I were to feel anything, it would be guilt. We took their money, took their best people, took their best ship. We used them to defeat the Collectors, and now we are using their resources against them. So no, I don't regret it one bit.
You've never mentioned any of your family.
None to speak of, really. I'm the last of a prestigious line of medical professionals. The Alliance is my spouse, and you're all my children. I'm blessed with many close friends. But with each Alliance vessel taken, I lose one or two. We need to end this war.
I'll see you around, Doctor.
Take care, Shepard.
The real MVP. Together with Joker. Okay, so this was the crew deck. Then we also have the shuttle bay and engineering. Huh. We can finally go all the way back down now. Great. So what do we have in the starboard deck? Yeah, hi. Usually Zaid's down here. I don't even know if we can get back this guy or not.
How's your new assignment working out, Allers?
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
Yeah, as much support as we need, please.
Tell people what's really happening on Earth. We need long recruiting lines on every planet after you air a story.
I can do this, Commander. Remind me to tell you about the time I made an Elcor cry.
That happens? But anyway, we don't need long recruiting lines because that means that nothing gets done.
Commander.
So the other one doesn't usually. Look at that. There's some thingamajig walking around. Wait a minute. Dogs that can walk on their own. Oh yeah. I mean, there was already a dog walking like that. Ah, there's a ship. There's Shadowbroker and the Sovereign. Okay, so we got two ships down here. You really have to check every nook and... Kidding me. This is where the good stuff is. Hiding all over the place. Okay, who are you?
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chakwas contacted me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
Yeah?
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you, and I certainly didn't trust Cerberus. Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post, you know?
Well, no need for an apology. You're here now.
Your alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers?
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means?
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Ah, sweet.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, sir.
Alright. Wait a minute, did we... check the R and the core. Maybe there's a hidden ship somewhere around here. Nope. But that sound is relaxing. Nothing better than the huge FTL core. So, no, wait a minute. I have to get back up to engineering. Nope, that one is closed and this one just goes around. Alright, now what do we do down here? This is the armory thing again, isn't it? Oh, yeah, armor locker. Like all of the other armor lockers, so this one should be good. And a weapon bench. Any upgrades on this? No, this one doesn't have any upgrades. Too bad. Weapon upgrades. Oh, we can buy things now. Look at that. So what does this one do? M3 Predator number 2 and whatever. Improved weapon damage, ammo capacity and weight. Wait a minute. No, this is not a weapon upgrade. It's more like a different weapon. Different version. Improved, yada yada yada, compared to the one that we have right now. What am I using? The Avenger usually. So, problem is, pistols are very cheap. What's the highest here? The Mentors. Then comes the Shotty. Okay. And those two are just assault rifles, so... I don't wanna... Don't wanna use credits, at least not right now. Procurement thingy. So what do we have here? Buy Medigel upgrade. There is no upgrade. Remote Citadel access 10% markup. Ooh, that's not good. Khalisah fabrications. Buy shotgun, pistol, sniper rifle, and assault rifle mods. Armor also available. The thing is, where do you find Khalisah stuff on the Citadel? Model Alliance Kodiak. Ooh. Spare shot capacity 50%. Add socker to raise thermal clip. Snapper, 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 snapper. So this is just weapon related, and the Indra is a different weapon altogether. And then there's this one here with even better power recharge, so you could basically buy it. Spectre things. Yeah, this is basically the same that you would also get. I just got everything from Serta. It's so weird. And Cortez. Wait a minute.
Lieutenant Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
Nice to meet you, Lieutenant. What's going on?
Sorry to just jump in, Commander. There's so much to be done, I get caught up in the tasks at hand.
He's always like that. You need to chill out, Esteban.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. In my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
Wonderful.
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
The first retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
Aww.
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The Collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
The Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded ESO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small ESO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
The Hammerhead was the better one. Alright.
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawking, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident. Practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So, you can fly fighters and fix them.
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
Alright. So that is pretty much it.
Keep up the hard work, but don't kill yourself.
Yes, Commander.
He is supposed to be working inside the Normandy. So no killing happening there at all. So, weapon upgrades, we got that. The weapon bench is over there. I expect there to be a hidden ship, freighter. But it's not there. You can interact with it, yes, but you don't really see the model. Yeah. It's just a little selector, nothing more. Ah, come on. What do we have here? Oh, 3 and 4. The Geth cruiser. Lance cruiser. Okay, so either you can only get them once you buy them in the previous installment, because that feels just absolutely weird. What's wrong with this dog? Oh, that's the canine.
Hey there.
Doesn't do much though. Okay, so this is where we get in. Alright. That's NS1. What is this one called? Also NS1. Normandy, SR1. So, Mr. Vega.
Hey, Shepard. How'd it go with the council?
Same as usual. Non-committal. Unhelpful.
Bet they still wanted you to help them out, no?
Yeah. We're gonna rescue a Turian Primarch from Palaven.
Sounds like fun. Never been to the Turian homeworld. You down here for a reason?
Well, we're gonna get accustomed to the crew.
Just came down to talk.
Great. Not sure what there is to talk about. You already know my service record.
I don't, actually. I didn't have access to personnel records when we met.
Right. Forgot about that. Well... Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Maybe.
I think I can handle it.
Okay, loco. Let's dance.
Don't push your luck, Vega. With age comes wisdom. And rank.
Ha! You sound like my old CO.
Oh yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
Just a guess.
You a shrink too?
Nope. But that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So? Maybe you don't care if you live or die.
Or maybe... I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn war.
Maybe you are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Hey, thanks for the dance, loco.
Loco, huh?
I can think of worse things to call you.
Long as you remember who's in charge, you can call me whatever you want.
Oh, I won't forget.
Alright. So, available in MedBay. Fortification Unlocked. Not easily. Nice. Nice.
Hey again. What's up?
Well...
What's with you and the nicknames?
It's just my way of remembering people. Some people just don't match their names, you know? So, I just give them a new one.
So, I'm a loco, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty crazy, but the shit you've done makes me look sane.
Understandable. Okay, we're gonna ask him about Cortez at the end.
You mentioned a mission you had against the Collectors. What happened?
Pretty much what I said. Things went foobar, and I was one of the few to make it out. If you want the rest of the story, you're gonna have to get me really drunk, or...
Or what?
That's about it. Sorry, Commander. Just not interested in talking about that. Next topic?
You had a hard time leaving Earth. You still want to head back?
Hell yeah. But I get it now. It's not where I'd be most useful. Not yet, anyway.
We'll get back there.
I know. And I'll do whatever it takes to get us there, Commander.
Maybe no more shuttle crashes.
No promises now that I've gotten the taste for it. Besides, I like to keep Esteban on his toes.
Mm-hmm.
You got family back on Earth?
Yeah, an uncle. Retired military. Got a few cousins I haven't heard from in a while.
You and your uncle close?
Yep. He was the reason I joined the Marines. It was about the only good thing in my life after my mom died.
No dad?
He's there. Somewhere. But I'm not sure I'd call him family. Not anymore. I would like to find out how my uncle's doing, though.
Interesting. And what about Esteban?
I take it you and Lieutenant Cortez know each other.
Yeah, Esteban did a stint on Fel Prime where me and my squad were stationed. I caught up with him on Earth a few months back. He's a good guy. Just don't tell him I said so. It'd go to his head.
Aww.
I'll talk to you later.
You bet.
Alrighty. So, we check everything around here.
Commander?
Okay, nothing about that. Procurement, we don't need this. And the med bay. Med bay. Med bay is crew, wasn't it? Now the question is, how expensive will it be to get ourselves new abilities? Wait a minute. That's the one. Reinforce armor using protective focal currents. Purge the current and send its charge to your gauntlets for increased melee damage. Slow down power use. Fortification. Doesn't tell you where you got it from. And it is fairly expensive. So we shouldn't do that. At least not now. Alright. Let's get up here. And yeah, the next episode we're gonna go through the galaxy. Yeah. But right now I'm not gonna read through anything in the codex because it was a very heavy text episode already. Until next time then. Like and subscribe of course as usual, and ta-ta!